Hey there, and welcome to the WhatCinephile channel, where you get quick movie recaps and reviews. Before we jump right in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to us so you know when the next recaps are dropping. William Bill O'Neill, a 17-year-old petty criminal, is arrested in Chicago in the late 1960s after attempting to hijack a car while posing as a federal officer. FBI Special Agent Roy Mitchell approaches him and offers to have O'Neill's charges dropped if he works undercover for the Bureau. O'Neill is tasked with infiltrating the Black Panther Party, BPP, chapter in Illinois, and its leader, Fred Hampton. O'Neill develops a close relationship with Hampton, who works to form alliances with rival gangs and militia groups while also extending community outreach through the BPP's Free Breakfast for Children program. Hampton's persuasive oratory abilities eventually aid in the formation of the multiracial Rainbow Coalition. Hampton also develops feelings for Deborah Johnson, another BPP member. O'Neill begins passing on information to Mitchell, who compensates him financially. When a fugitive party member, George Sams, hides out at the local BPP office, O'Neill learns from Mitchell that Sams is an informant whose presence allows the Bureau to obtain search warrants. O'Neill begins to rise through the ranks after Hampton is arrested and imprisoned and is promoted to security captain. When the Chicago police and the BPP have a shootout at the chapter office, O'Neill sneaks out as the office is bombed by the cops. After that, O'Neill tries to stop being an informant but is turned down by Mitchell. Hampton reunites with Deborah, who is now pregnant with his child, after being released from prison while appealing his charges. Jimmy Palmer, a BPP member who had been hospitalized after being shot by a police officer, died while being transferred to another hospital. When fellow member Jake Winters learns of Jimmy's death, he becomes enraged and engages in a shootout with police, killing several officers before being gunned down himself. Following the rejection of Hampton's appeal, FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover orders Hampton to be neutralized before being returned to prison. Mitchell blackmails O'Neill into cooperating with the plan by threatening him with retaliation if the BPP discovers he's an informant, and O'Neill reluctantly agrees to assist. O'Neill is later given a vial of sedatives and told to inject them into Hampton's drink. Before Hampton leaves for prison the next evening, BPP members gather at his apartment. An allied gang leader offers Hampton money to help him flee the country, but he declines and instead orders that a trust be established in Jake's name with the money. As the evening progresses, O'Neill reluctantly drugs Hampton's drink and quickly departs. Officers and agents raid the apartment and shoot Hampton dead hours later. Later, O'Neill meets with Mitchell, who gives him money and the keys to his new gas station. O'Neill makes another attempt to quit, but reluctantly accepts the money and keys and places them in his pocket. The documentary concludes with archive footage of Hampton's speeches, his funeral procession, and an interview with O'Neill from 1989. According to the title cards, O'Neill continued to work as an informant for the BPP before committing suicide. A lawsuit was filed against the FBI in 1970, and it was settled for $1.85 million 12 years later. Fred Hampton Jr. and his mother are now the chairman and board members of the Black Panther Party Cubs, respectively. Don't forget to subscribe to the WhatCinephile channel for more movie recaps, reviews, trailers, and news.